Well, hey, it's Rob. Thanks for stopping by. And for, basically my whole adult life, I have really wanted to make a documentary about some interesting music related subject. I've been working in the film business for a long time, but I just don't have the money or the contacts to pull it off. So instead, I'm making a YouTube video about this guy I learned about just, I don't know, an hour ago. And just obsessed, totally just fascinated by this guy's story. His name is Michael Smith. He lives in the Charlotte area of North Carolina, and the FBI today is charging him with scamming all of the streaming services, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, you name it, by posting just thousands and thousands of fake AI-generated songs. And then, of course, playing these songs and getting bots to play these songs, thousands and thousands of times and reaping the rewards from this. I mean, it's a simple, idea at the root of it. It's, a pretty obvious thing. I'm also a songwriter. I post songs on these same streaming services. And of course, in the back of my mind, I thought, if I could just play these night and day or whatever, I could make a bunch of money somehow. Of course, you can't do it on your own. It would have to be automated. And, they're out there trying to catch people doing this. And that's exactly what happened. They caught this guy, Michael Smith, who was making millions of dollars a year, streaming his own fake songs. And the indictment was posted by the FBI. It's fascinating. I'm just going to read you some of the highlights here about what this guy was attempting to do. He was not alone. He was working with many different people who were helping him out in this scam, and I'll mention that as we go along. Anyway, so it says he fraudulently obtained $10 million in royalty payments through this scheme. He was arrested today. I believe it's actually today. We're in September 2024, and this is something that's happening as we speak. He used automated programs called bots to stream these AI-generated songs billions of times. So he created thousands of accounts on these various streaming platforms. I even went and checked one out. They have posted the names of some of these groups that he is posting the song names under, artist names, whatever. Of course, they're all fake, phony, made up. And these are all just, AI generated, garbage. I mean, it's just, a synth pad and a couple, little instrumental things, some little simple melodies, some kind of rudimentary drum pattern. And it's just kind of this repetitious music garbage nonsense. But it doesn't matter what it was because he was the only one that was streaming it. Now, the guy is a musician himself, and I guess he started this scam posting his own songs and trying to artificially inflate the numbers or whatever, and realized there's no way that I could generate, the amount of songs needed to really make some money. There's a guy out there who does this, but he does it actually by writing the songs and posting them himself. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Is Matt Farley, and he's posted something like 65,000 songs, but they're actually songs that he has written, played himself, performed without the help of AI or anything like that. And obviously he's not artificially, using bots to play these songs or whatever. He just writes a million songs and posts them and makes just a little teeny bit of money out of each one, enough to make a decent living doing it. And I've, often thought as well, why couldn't I just post songs night and day, night and day, night and day, just put them out there? But this guy is the king of doing that. Anyway, getting on a tangent here. Let's talk about this guy, Michael Smith. It says he used the bot accounts to generate approximately 661,000 streams a day, so over 500,000 streams a day, and yielded annual royalties of just over $1 million. That's the other insane thing about streaming. And of course, we know the payments are just micro pennies and whatever. It's like that other scam that they talk about in Office Space, where they just shave off the micro fractions of pennies and they send it to an account or whatever. And it's just sad when you think that this guy was streaming his songs 500,000 times every day, and at the end of 1 year, all he got from doing that was $1 million. They pay you just nothing on Spotify and all these services. I can attest to that. every once in a while, I use this distribution service called DistroKid, and I go in and I'm shocked to find out they owe me like $10 after like a year of streaming income or whatever for my songs. So it's just minuscule. Anyway, so Smith spread his automated streams across thousands of songs to avoid detection. And the thing he didn't want to do was stream one song a billion times, which obviously would seem a little strange and would raise suspicions of these companies. And he did, in fact, get caught by many of these companies at different times, and they accused him of doing just what the FBI has accused him of doing. And he claimed he wasn't. He claimed they were his original songs. He wrote them by himself with no help from, artificial intelligence or whatever. He started in 2017, and back then it kind of was unheard of, so maybe he got away with it for a little while, but as it got easier and easier and easier to generate these songs, and I posted another video where I wrote a song with AI, and then I sang some lyrics over it that ChatGPT wrote, so I really didn't do any of the work at all. Posted it, and yeah, it sounded like a song, more or less, but I think this guy's compositions were pretty rudimentary. Again, he didn't need anybody else to stream them because he was doing all the streaming himself. 1 billion fake streams, it says. So he created randomly generated song and artist names for the files that would seem like they were real artists, of course. They had all these crazy names, and they would, some of them, seemed legitimate, some of them just were nonsensical, whatever, kind of didn't matter. Like I said, he wasn't working on this alone. He had many people that were involved in this scam. They have listed as co-conspirators 2, 3, and 4. Co-conspirator 3 was the CEO of an AI music company. So this guy was helping him generate, these thousands and thousands of songs he would need. Also a music promoter. Again, these guys were out there just funneling songs to him. So he realized he just couldn't make enough money unless he had just these thousands and thousands of songs that, he could post, that were unique and he could pass off as belonging to all these different artists or whatever. So he's looking at a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison for wire fraud and 20 years in prison for money laundering. And I think it adds up to about 60 years in prison. The fake artist name, like I said, here's the list of them. Callous Post, Calm Baseball, Calm Collected, Calm Market, Calm's Scorching, Calorie Event, Calvinistic Dust. I listened to this one, Calypso Exord. And it was just boring, and I was going to post it on here, but I'm not even going to bother. Whatever. You get the idea. Camel Edible. It was another one. All right. So getting a little more in-depth into the indictment here. It says he has 10,000 active bot accounts on the streaming platforms. It was labor-intensive, so he paid people. He basically went offshore and paid people, in India and China and other locations where people get involved in this kind of stuff. They did the data entry, signing up for the bot accounts, and he created these bot accounts on the platforms and made it look legitimate, paid people to do it. It says he emailed himself a financial breakdown of how many streams he was generating each day, and he had 52 different cloud services funneling this, fake bot activity, 1,000 different bot accounts. Each bot could stream 600 songs, 600 different songs a day. And like I said, the streams were a little over 500,000 streams a day. And how much royalty he got from each one. So he obviously realized he needed a large volume of songs. Like I said in the beginning, he was writing songs himself. He was a musician, but there was no way he could, write that many songs. So he turned to AI to do the dirty work for him. He purchased fake email accounts from vendors. So again, he used all these people out there who do all this kind of stuff, who sell you bulk fake email accounts that, you could claim as being the owners of these accounts for these streaming services and do all the fake streams. He went to a financial company who provided him large numbers of debit cards. They were like corporate debit cards for big companies who would need their employees to have a debit card, and provided them with fake names of employees that didn't exist to get all these debit cards to pay for all these accounts. It's just nuts what this guy, had been doing. And, he got away with it for a while, although, like I said, he was accused, and they eventually caught up to him, and the FBI, started to get wind of this, and he has now been arrested and has not been brought to trial yet, but, the accusations were posted, and you can read about this guy, Michael Smith, online, who, at the heart of it, like I said, it's not a very complicated thing to understand, is generating his own fake songs, and, posting songs made by AI or whatever, it's not necessarily a scam. AI can't be copyrighted or whatever. I mean, that's a whole other can of worms you're getting into. But the scam was, of course, then getting all these bots to stream these fake songs over and over and over again to the tune of like $1 million a year, which he did from 2017 to 2024. Raised about $10 million with this scam. It's just crazy what's happened in the music business. Nobody could have predicted or, even imagined that we would be in this place in 2024 where the streaming services are just being overrun by all these fake songs that people are putting out there with no actual musical ability, talent, anything. Just pressing a button, generates a song, post it, and hey, ooh, I got a song out there. At some point, of course, a totally fake song with fake vocals is going to, shoot up the charts or whatever, and it'll be revealed that, hey, this wasn't even a human effort that generated this. That's coming, I'm sure, at any point, or maybe it's already happened and people just aren't saying anything about it. But this guy, Michael Smith, definitely in hot water for his efforts, and a fascinating topic for me to be discussing today with all my loyal, tens of YouTube followers. So thanks for tuning in. And more will develop on this for sure. We'll keep an eye on it and see where it goes from here. But this guy's in hot water for sure for his activities. And as most of these scammers, and people with these schemes eventually find out, they get away with it for a little while and then they get caught. And that's exactly what happened here to poor old Michael Smith from the Charlotte area of North Carolina. Wish him the best of luck. He's going to need it. All right, later.